Hey guys, I'm here. Welcome back for episode 8 of Star Wars Skeleton Crew. This is the final episode of the season. The gang is on at Atten. Jude has found the vault, the bin with all of the money, and now we're off to see the wizard. So I guess it's time to finally see who has been pulling the strings behind this entire operation here on Atten, and just how do we get ourselves out of this situation? Most notably, I think Jude is the one in a little bit more of a precarious situation, as he's the sole member of his whole brigade that is here on this planet's surface, about to meet the head honcho himself. He's got no communication to his crew up above, so who knows, maybe that'll get remedied and we'll have a big old fight. I don't know what's about to happen, man. With that all said, let's get ready to hop in. If you want to see the full-length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you're a member of the channel, get you access as well. It is a watch-along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up the time codes for actually the entire episode. Over there, get the same thing for all the other shows and movies that we cover on the channel. You also could suggest and vote on movies we react to each month. It's just a great way to support the channel, help us do the things we do over here. But at the end of the day, I really appreciate if you enjoy this reaction. To at least leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because it really helps these videos out. And with that all said and out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into episode 8, The Real Good Guys. Here we go.
Long last, I brought you to the only thing that matters. Cold, hard.
With a title like that, it does make me think that maybe the Republic is going to show up.
If you ever need help, you can call me anytime.
So maybe whatever is going on here actually does tie into that, because there's something that Wim said a few episodes ago when the X-Wings showed up and stuff like that. So, I don't know. We'll see.
Jude, Nawood, at your service.
Oh, flick of the wrist.
Are they in any trouble?
I'm afraid they are. Stealing a ship, breaking just about every security protocol.
Oh my god. Oh.
Confine them to their quarters, and I want these droids to keep an eye on them and report back to me on their behavior.
Yes, emissary.
Wow. This dude and his charisma checks are out of this world.
I got to see firsthand just how troublesome they could be on our little adventure home.
We were way too troublesome.
Yeah, and they're playing along for their parents' safeties.
Young Fern here would like to accompany me to meet the supervisor and learn something about duty.
Of course I should accompany her.
Certainly. I'll take special care
Oh god.
of both of you.
Oh, this asshole, dude. Wow, holy shit.
I'm gonna have to talk to the proctor so you can take assessment.
It doesn't matter anymore.
Doesn't matter. You didn't learn your lesson from your little space joyride? You are in big trouble, mister.
No, Dad, that's not what I meant.
If you don't get assessed, how are you gonna have a career?
Dad,
How are you gonna be part of the great work?
there's a lot more to the galaxy than the great work.
You think I didn't want to just take off and meet a Jedi and...
He's not even a... I saw places out there that made me get how good home is. There are certain people from out there who want to ruin it.
Well, that's what the supervisor's for.
God. A lot of faith we're putting in this supervisor.
Age, it's an incredible honor.
Mom. Neel, where are you? Neel, I need help. Where are you?
I'm home, but I'm being watched by the droids. I can't talk, or John will know.
It sucks though, because whatever they report that is or see that is suspicious, these things have to tell Jude.
Oh, come on, we need to see Princess Fern. Oh, okay,
Hello?
Well, this isn't
Come this way.
ominous at all. Something, oh god.
Is it abandoned?
No, it's just...
What if what they've been doing here hasn't had anything to do with the Republic, but what about it? What if it's like the First Order or something else?
That Under Secretary Fara, I see. One of my most dedicated citizens. I have been watching over you.
Oh yeah. Massive Wizard of Oz vibes right now.
You're ruled by a droid?
as decreed by the great work.
Oh.
And I see a
Oh.
new
Well, that could be a front.
I am Jude Nawood, emissary for the Republic and Jedi.
I began to doubt an emissary would ever visit our humble mint again.
Our apologies. We've had our hands full thwarting the many evil schemes to destroy the Republic.
My outside galaxy is so dangerously unstable.
I mean, maybe it is just a droid.
I need my other ship, currently in orbit beyond the Great Barrier.
Why doesn't your second ship simply land as you did?
You ask too many questions.
Good questions, though.
Your other ship may land if you can clear up one tiny detail. The last message from the Republic stated that all Jedi were traitors.
Oh!
So,
Oh!
about being an emissary or a Jedi?
Never tried to invade the mint!
As I suspected. Seize the imposter.
Damn, nice job. Wow. Yep. He's just holding his own for the moment.
What are you doing?
Oh! They could be shooting him right now. Oh! Oh no. Oh no! Damn it! Why do they have to all be connected?
What have you done?
Fern, bringing mommy up to speed.
Oh. Oh! Why was everything plugged into this one robot? Why? Why would you do that? God, like the droids themselves, I kind of get it. Everything? But what a good way to bring that back around. My last update from the Republic was that Jedis were the traitors. So which is it? So that at least means that all of this was involved with even the Republic at the time of the prequels and stuff too. Why still Old Republic credits then if that was their last, well, that was the last communication, maybe not the last time somebody actually came for a shipment. Who knows when the last signal was before that? God, that fucking smirk.
Mom, don't tell him. I'll show you.
Protecting her kid, man. So yeah, I guess, yeah, this place was established in the Old Republic, an autopilot all the way since then. So whenever their emissary ship got stolen or commandeered by Renaud, and then they had never heard from the Republic again until the decree went out about the Jedi. And here we go. They now have entry. This is wild.
He was spying on us, but now I can finally tell you. John's a bad guy. He's lying. He didn't save us. He's trying to get us.
So now, if the supervisor's not pirate rented or whatever, I think the twisteroony's gotta be, because the only thing left would be if it actually is 33, right? Like a lot of people speculated. Or who knows? Maybe he's just dead somewhere. But he made it here. He made a record. And then just what, disappeared? Nah, he's got to be 33, right then? Oh, wow. What a shot. This is giving me, like, again, another movie I've never seen. Close Encounters vibes. Oh! Oh, I hope nobody was on those things.
We can't just run away. He's got Fern.
Leave that to the safety droids.
That are all off. No. No one knows
Yeah.
what's going on but us. We have to save her, Dad. Lim! Yes, hoverback still works.
No.
Let's go.
It isn't safe.
Do you think Fern's okay? I don't know.
Probably not.
Remember on the hotel planet? The X-Wings chased the pirates away.
And Kim, the bird lady from the telescope moon, knows him.
So we get to the ship, fly out past the barrier, and call her for help.
So
We gotta re-steal the
blast
ship.
off, call the real good guys, and beat the pirates.
But we
Yeah, let's do it.
No, Wim.
Wham, get back here.
Hey, Wim, come back here.
Oh, is he gonna chase after him? Looks like it. Or maybe just join him. Wow, look at this crap, man. Full-scale little pirate invasion. Take our shortcut? Or just trail through the neighborhood. Into the woods. Here we go. There it is. That was their ramp. That was their shortcut.
Aren't we heading right for that giant cliff thing? Gotta go full throttle.
Gun it.
Wait, I'm heavier than you.
Just baby.
Nice. Let's go, Dad. Hey, trust KB, man. She's got the knowledge base. Oh, Neel! No!
I'm okay. Just keep going.
Roll out of the way.
Pirates, I think the ship's gonna need cover. Okay. Be careful.
Oh, this was the school. How are they going to disengage the locks on its landing gear, though?
Isn't the ship the best?
You kids know how to fly this thing?
Yes, but we are locked down.
The lights are stuck. We can't take off.
Docking clamps. We have to restore power to open them. All the power relays are routed through.
Hey, this is his.
Can you turn them on?
You are talking to a level 7 systems coordinator.
Let's fucking go.
The bike.
This is awesome.
Neel, how's that cover coming? Hold on. I'm almost there.
Oh, right, the turrets from the other planet.
The barrier was supposed to protect you from this. It was supposed to keep you safe from the galaxy.
Yeah, the galaxy's scary and dangerous everywhere we went. Even in the worst places, there are good people too. People that can help us. You have to trust me.
No.
Okay, so what's the plan? See those droids over there? If we can get one of their blasters, we can stun Jude and then burn.
He'll shoot you.
That's why you need to create a distraction point.
You two, stop scheming.
Citizens of Adan.
I have taken control. If you follow my orders, my men will show you mercy. If you defy me, punishment will be severe.
You all now work for me.
Kneel before Jude.
Lean hard, now!
Oh, sick.
I'm up here. Hold your fire, you idiot.
Sorry, Captain. It was the speed of Ike. Heading for your position, but don't worry, we got him.
I'm the distraction.
I called the X-Wings. It's over.
I thought the barrier jammed all communication.
Not if you have the crystal of the founders that we discovered guarded by an ancient warrior way up in the northern mountains.
That's quite a tale.
I'm just giving you a chance to surrender now, because the whole entire Jedi army is on their way.
The Jedi army, okay. About that part.
Jedi are all dead.
That's just what they want you to think. Wim found the crystal a long time ago.
Fern?
We'll let Fern and her mom go. I'll call them off.
You need to work on that story.
Nope. He did exactly what he needed to. Good thing they just automatically unlocked, though. Damn droids.
Do not do that again.
How do you find that thing?
Oh, I have a little help.
Let's go. Let's go, Neel. Yeah, it gave them the time they needed.
Problem out here.
What? What is it?
It's these damn kids.
It got away.
children. You think you can send your ship out for help? You don't know what you've done.
What's that supposed to mean?
Kim, do you read me? Pirates are attacking our planet. You said to call you if we needed help.
I'll contact the New Republic. They're the greatest pirate busters in the galaxy. I got a hyperspace route straight to you.
But listen, they're gonna have to find some way to get through the barrier that's hiding our...
Oh no. Oh, I guess they left behind a contingent, like a little small fleet.
Can you hear me? I got the message through, but I'm hit. I'm going down.
Look at what you've done.
Don't you dare. Hey, this ship crashed once before, though it had armor when that happened.
Fixing it. Fixing it.
You can fix anything, sweetie.
Mm-hmm.
She'll never make it.
I mean, there was no explosion, no bing, bang, boom, no nothing. Seems like a pretty smooth landing to me. I didn't hear nothing.
Didn't need to be like this. Doesn't matter who you call, they can't get through the barrier.
And it's almost like he's like in defiance of the world. He really didn't want to hurt any of them, I think. That's why he's giving them so many chances. And that whole little thing, it doesn't matter who you call, nobody's gonna come and help. That's probably from his personal experiences. Yeah, he's like, God damn it. No magnets this time, man. That was straight up that guy.
Don't you touch that.
You're no Jedi. You lied, and now the real good guys are coming.
They're good guys. No one's coming to save you, boy. Grow up! That's not... When I was your age, all I cared about was not starving. I was living in a hole in the ground, and a Jedi found me. She may have been desperate and ragged like me, but she told me I had potential, and that was... Well, she only taught me a little before they hunted her down.
Oh.
And they made me watch whilst they killed her.
Oh.
That's the galaxy.
Wow.
It's dark.
Even get that far. He was initiated on Order 66 Day. Oof. He's like, here's some tricks, here's some stuff, and then blah, 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 blah. God, he had hope put right in front of his face and then taken away. Almost worse.
I don't want to hurt anyone. I want you can all go back to work, making credits. What is it you call it? The great work? You can all carry on exactly as you were before. Crafting the one thing that means something in this galaxy. Cold, hard credit.
Oh! Whim! Redemption! Yeah, point it the right way this time. I'll turn it on and have him stab himself. Or tug of war. Oh! He's bending his fingers backwards. Yes! Damn, he really doesn't want to hurt anybody. Maybe Brutus was the exception because he was a piece of shit and was always going to be hunting him no matter what, but actual like people, like civilians and stuff like that, he actually does still have a little bit of that soft spot, I think. Or it's purely self-preservation right now. This is the first time they've probably ever seen the sky, the real sky. Oh, that lovely, lovely sound.
Lock gas foils and attack position.
We're going in.
Let's go. No further questions. They just start lighting it up. Retreat where? Your ship's done. Oh! Whoa! Wait, hold on. Have they always been able to do that? That looked like some mini Death Star shit right there, dude. No, he's still. He would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for his meddling kids and the little droid too. He almost seems like happy because it's almost like he finally was proven wrong, I think. It's like, so this time help did come, you know? Like he was so like set in his belief in the world. It's almost like he believed there were no good people in the world. That's why he was like, okay, taking out Brutus and stuff like I was saying before, but like hesitated when it came to others. I don't know. Maybe I'm giving him too much credit, as the ground is littered in credits. Oh, they crashed into the school. Oh, of all that money cushioned her blow. Dude, Scrooge McDuck in space would be thrilled right now. Yeah, she's fine. Let's go.
Did we win?
One of my better landings, that is.
Get out from under that thing.
Come on, you don't want to have a whole adventure just to get crushed at the end. Come on.
That's a good point.
Hey, little guy.
That's Tack Rennet, the rat. Alban! Wait, no, no! I wanted to like see a little bit of them settling back in. Oh! Well, look at this. Dude, I haven't stayed around for any of the any of the credits, so I don't know what any of this has been. So who knows? This might have been like what it's always been. But it's like his picture book, so there's Tales of the Jedi and stuff like that. Wonder if there's anything at the end. Doesn't look like it, but I'm gonna let it play out. No, it's like their story got added to the one of many. All right, man. There we have it. We have reached the end of our lovely little adventure. This was so good. This was so much fun. I loved this energy. I loved the sensibilities of it all. I loved the feel of it. This entire adventure, man, has been delightful. Like every ounce of it still feels like Star Wars to me from the beginning to end, and just everything in between, and the characters themselves. Like a way to like, you know, in the best ways that the MCU did, some of their best films were like adaptation twists with the MCU, like a coat, given a coat of paint to like a really heavy genre type of film. Let's say like with Winter Soldier and stuff like that, where it was like this socio-political spy thriller kind of thing. Doing that with this in the vein of like these old school whimsical 80s kind of Goonies style adventures with these kids. It just worked so nicely and it stayed so real, so rooted and authentic in the kids' own kind of naive visions of the world, their aspirations, their dreams, and how going out into the world and going on these adventures, one, helps them grow, mature, and then come back with a new perspective on a lot of different things and appreciation on a lot of different things. It was a lot of fun to experience. I also kind of like that this barrier around this planet, you know, is kind of its own metaphor towards, you know, the way that parents try to shelter and protect their kids. That whole exchange with Fern and her mother about her just trying to keep her safe from the world. That's what all of this is designed to do. So much so that it's just completely removed this entire planet and its people from everything else that is out there. It's just so disconnected from that. It's like, what exchange is it to just kind of go through this routine day to day, to just exist and not really live? There's really no choice here. There's no aspiration. You know, you just kind of go on with these little cycles And, you know, it's this way of like, you know, they're trying to protect themselves so much so that they're denying them any sense of life or living. I like that at the end of the day, it's the parents being able to drop that guard, drop that barrier. They have to choose to let that barrier fall, to expose themselves to the world out there. And it's very much so like that idea of where you eventually do have to let your kids experience the world. You know, we send them off to school, send them off to college. Obviously, these kids are a lot younger than that, but that's the idea here, is that there's such a thing as too much sheltering, and that's kind of what they've experienced. You know, there's good things and there bad things out in the world, and sometimes you're not going to know how to tell which from which until you experience them firsthand. And I like that Fern pointed out that everywhere they went, sure, there was bad people, there was dangerous situations, but everywhere there was somebody good. Like when they went to that pirate reprieve, there was that one prostitute that saw them there, and immediately their first thought was to get them the hell out of there. And then, of course, one of Jod's old connections was this owl lady who ends up being on their side as well, tried to warn them about what he is about and all of that, and then also hooked them up with this connection to the X-Wings. And I like that idea, that the world's a scary place, but not all of it is scary. And a lot of it is worth experiencing. And even all the way down to Jod, who I do think is a little bit more of a complex character than he lets on. While yes, everybody was telling me you can't trust him, you can't trust him, you can't trust him, you can't trust him. And I think that's only because at every turn, he's like letting the world decide certain aspects. Because if you look back on that, could he have killed them in any step and got exactly what he wanted? Yes. But I don't think he wanted to be that guy. He was putting it really in the hands of everybody else. Like he said, I don't want to hurt anybody. He really went above and beyond to avoid hurting these kids. As much as he spouted threats, every time he had the opportunity, he would just wince, grimace, and then you hesitate every step. When it came to the adults, though, he did fire, but like he was trying not to harm any innocents. That's why he was using fear. He was using these little manipulation tactics to get around it. And people like Brutus, like I mentioned earlier, I don't think he has any problem with that, because I think he knows firsthand what kind of a person he is. Because we've also seen many times throughout this show so far, and again, this could be me giving him way too much credit. We've seen time and time and again that he's been able to use the Force and could have gotten himself out of any situation that he was in. When he was locked up on the brig when they first found him, he was like, yeah, I could have got out of here at any time. What would be the point? I'd just escape. I don't have a ship. I'd still have to find a way off of here. So he was waiting for the opportune moment. And then we've seen him unlock his own handcuffs at any point. So anytime he's been detained by his own crew, he's always preyed upon his sympathies within the group itself, because he said that's what the whole counterpoint, you know, Brutus was like, the crew hates you, and he's like, no, they love me. He was always almost putting himself in these positions to try to prove the opposite of the lessons he learned as a child when he first met that Jedi that found him. So he grew up, he was an orphan, he was probably well past the age that they would have admitted him properly into the Jedi Order at that time, just based on this description. And it's also very possible that this has all occurred post Order 66, because he did say that the Jedi looked like they were in tatters just like him. Maybe they were in hiding, and maybe they got exposed by trying to like show him things. Maybe they got caught showing him things. They just didn't notice the kid was able to do this as well. Otherwise, I feel like he definitely would have been detained, either taken to the Inquisitorius or thrown into Project Necromancer, because we even know by this point, this early on, directly after Order 66, thanks to Bad Batch, that they were indeed still collecting Force-sensitive children. So if he had displayed talent in that, he definitely would have gotten scooped up by somebody. So I'm guessing that they caught this Jedi in the act, and then as a display towards the people, publicly executed them. And so we've seen that in Obi-Wan. You know, that happened. So, like, it's definitely a possibility at either one of those happened. It wasn't necessarily on the day of Order 66, like I spouted off earlier, but that would have been horrible timing. I think it more than likely would be, and again, I don't know timeline-wise or how old Jod is meant to be, but it very well could have been a Jedi found him or stumbled upon him, a survivor who was also down on their luck, down because, like he did mention, that they did seem to be maybe desperate, maybe found hope in being able to teach somebody that could also do it. This little glimmer, this little spark of hope that the Order could return or continue on, or the teachings in some way, shape, or form, but then that got struck down. That little bit of hope that he even had to make his life better, to aspire to something like Wim has been doing this entire time with his stories, his idolization of Jedi and all this, like where he still got that sense of wonder, that sense of awe. Jod had that as a child and then immediately had that snuffed out right in front of his eyes. That very same Jedi that gave him this light, this beacon, this ray of hope was shot down right in front of him, and he was made to watch. And it's kind of like, almost kind of like Squid Game season 2. It's this idea of him trying to either prove or disprove in all these different situations. It's like he's gambling on the morality and ethics of the world that he's living in, either to prove himself correct or in the hope that maybe eventually he may be proven wrong. But she taught him a couple of things before she was executed. But the fact that that happened like right after that forever, he was like, people are not going to come save you. And that painted his whole worldview for such a long time. That's why in every one of these situations where his life is on the line or he's imprisoned or anything like that, you always notice he's waiting for the very last minute. Hell, when he was in that lock, in the airlock, when they were about to jettison him out, he was still appealing to the people out there. When we know he could have just used the Force to pull that lever and let himself out, but that wasn't the point. He was waiting for somebody else to do it, and somebody else did do it. And even here, like when he's spouting off to Wim, he's like, there are no good guys. No one is going to come rescue you. You think they're going to come all the way out here and save you? That's not how the world works. But then they did. And do you think when it comes to Wim, like where he had always wanted to meet a Jedi, always wanted to be a Jedi, and all this little storybooks, and like he was told, at least in this, that the Jedi no longer exist or anything like that, but when the real heroes show up and he kind of looked up with that kind of awe, do you think maybe he may now aspire not to be a Jedi, but maybe he'll end up joining the New Republic as a fighter pilot one of these days? You know, they succeeded. They got through the barrier. The kids worked together through all these little lessons, all these little things they learned from the various little adventures from Neel, from the other planet, with the whole little feud going on there. They learned about the defense turrets that are housed on the schools, KB, and with the help of 33, they knew how to fly the ship. Wim working with his father and being able to like storycraft, almost learning like Jod with how to, like, even though like very poorly, about how to hold attention and put on a little bit of a show. Maybe actually more accurately Fern, because she was the one that always spun these little lies to get them out of all these situations, and then she too joined in and backed up his lie. So maybe that's just something he learned from her. And then his father, his talents, his seemingly mundane talents came into play here. Him rewiring everything, getting in there and helping them get out of this situation, get the power back on so they could get the locks off the ship so they can get the ship up. And then they called back to her little owl friend, and she sent help right away. And here came the Republic to save the day. And you see, as everything he was hoping for and questing for, and all the effort that he put in towards getting this prize, when he was walking towards that window, seeing his ship fall out of the sky on fire, there was a smirk that went across his face. I think he was genuinely happy in that moment to be proven wrong, that all of their efforts, unlike his in the past, were not in vain. So maybe, I don't know, maybe there's a change of heart that can happen there with him. Obviously, he's going to go away at this point, unless he slips out of this situation before they can lock him up. But I like that whole sentiment. Because like I said, if he really wanted to be the terror that he was, he could have proven a point multiple times. I mean, he had multiple parrots he could have used as an example. He could have easily at any point hurt the kids. He could have easily at any point actually done anything to any one of their family members throughout this whole ordeal. He seemingly really didn't want to hurt anybody. He was frustrated by all of them, for sure, but he wasn't actually going to do any real damage. No revelation about Takranid at all. We never really learned who he was. That mystery is still out there. He's not the supervisor. That turned out to be just simply a droid. Simply a droid that has been built to run this place since the time of the Old Republic, and that has continued to run this place until now. Until they lost connection with the Old Republic and probably even got forgotten about, because there was no, and it was probably because it was sent as a message to the entire galaxy, probably on every signal, every wavelength, every channel. So that was probably why the only recent communication they have from the Republic was Palpatine's declaration that the Jedi are traitors. Also, when he came in here, I was like, I'm an emissary Jedi. It was like, so which is it? Emissary or Jedi? Because last I was told, that makes you a traitor to the Republic. I loved that, how that bit him in the ass, him flaunting around that like it was going to get him anything here, and then in the end, it just backfired. But we also don't know, I mean, I guess we could assume however long that Tech Renard and his fucking legend has become a thing, that myth, it had to have been a long time, pre-Palpatine, I would have to say. So we don't know how long this planet has gone without contact from the outside world before Palpatine's message. And then we know that they weren't even aware of the war. So whatever their great work was, at least seemingly no one in the outside world was benefiting from it. I think it's safe to say Tak was probably 33. Again, as many people pointed out, and I don't know if it's shown in the credits or anything like that, they sound so similar, if not exactly the same. That could have been to a multitude of reasons, as if this recording was made through him, through 33, so his recording took 33's voice. But I think it's got to be 33. He had the coordinates, he had all these things, and as the captain, he could have given himself the order, the directive to not reveal any of that information. And maybe that's why it fried so many other circuits as well, and why once that revelation did come out, there were still some inconsistencies there, but he didn't survive necessarily. He survived, but not intact, the crash. So maybe once he actually made it here, he just got disabled. He didn't actually find it after the fact, when he actually came here to return. Otherwise, what do you do? Bury the ship? And then if that's the case, where did he go? I don't need all those answers, though I would have loved them. I think that's like my one little thing here. I was like, I would have liked to have at least known what happened with that whole situation, because we know that that was their emissary ship. It was stuck here because Tak found it, commandeered it, found its way back here, wiped out his entire crew, and then either crashed it or buried it. And at this point, I'm willing to bet that, like he said in his recording, or what they said is like the entire crew crashed. That's why he plummeted it, knowing the way he did. And as a droid, he would survive it, if that was the case. I don't know. I think that'd be kind of funny. It'd also kind of be interesting as well, because Jude found it humorous. This entire society was being ran by a droid. I think it would also be equally hilarious if you found out Tak Renard was also a droid that was leading an entire crew. Who knows? I guess that mystery is left up for the annals of time and for us to forever keep as a mystery. But I loved all of that, man. I loved the entire vibe of this show. I think by the end of it, man, this is definitely up there as far as one of my favorite Star Wars projects, that especially that's come out of the Disney era and just in general. I think it just feels so wholesome. It feels so real, but it's also still Star Wars at its core the entire way through. I don't know, man. It just brought some whimsy and some joy to this world in a way that I don't feel like we've had in a really long time. I really, really enjoyed it. And I like how every kid played a part, every character played a part, and every little moment and every little episode really played a part in this overarching web that built out this lovely little tapestry by the end of it all. If reports be true, this won't be the last time we see some of these characters floating around, if not in a season 2 of this show, which I would doubt at this point based on the way it ended. But there have been some reports that we might not be done with some of these characters at least. And it just makes me wonder who. But yeah, man, I don't know. Fantastic series, man. Fantastic series all the same. But guys, I want to know what you all thought. Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We're carrying the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If it did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you're a member of the channel, gets you access as well. And speaking of before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends. Manny Share, York, Scott, Robert Anguiano, Jeffrey L, Jake Cottrell, Eric Official, Casey Wood, and Russell Crockett. Thank you guys so much for continued support. But that's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. But until then, may the Force be with you always. Take care, everybody.